Okay, this is the wonderful training video for There I Was. Okay, so you're going to actually put yourself in a picture. This could be an interesting situation, some kind of significant moment in history, in a movie scene, whatever you want. Here you could see this student was just down the street on Rosecrans here. Taking a picture with these guys. He is standing behind Ice Cube over here, as you can see. And we got Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and some other guys here. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do in Photoshop. So it's like a visual effect that looks pretty cool. Here you can go black and white too if you want to be in a historical photo. Here the student is hanging out with Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak. She's behind them. So you're in the photo. You're behind something in the photo. And that's the trick of this. You're using the same tools as you did with bobblehead. It's just what you're selecting and is a little bit different, right? So let me go through these steps with you. We're going to first, we need to get a picture off the internet to use for this assignment. So I'm going to get a picture of Steph Curry and Sabrina when they did their 3 points. They did their 3-point contest. And so you want to look. So when you find a picture you like, click on it. And then over here in the bigger version of it, you want to look and make sure that these two numbers are close to 1,000 or more than 1,000. Okay, make sure it's a high-res image. This one definitely is a good example of a high-res image. So I'm going to right-click over it, and I'm going to click Save Image As. And I'm going to put it in my Downloads folder and put something, that helps you identify it. So I'm going to put Steph and Sabrina 3PT and click Save. Okay, then I'm going to go to Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop here. Okay, and I'm going to open up that picture. So I'm going to go Open. I'm over here on Open, and then you want to go to your document or Downloads, and find that picture. Find your picture that you just downloaded. Right, I have my sort. This controls the sort as date added, so puts the most recent stuff at the top. Okay, so I'm going to click on this guy, click Open down here, or double click on it, get it to open in Photoshop. Make sure it's not pixelated. This looks good. This will work good. I'm going to unlock the layer here. Always a good idea. And I'm going to do a Command 0. If it looks a little bit pixelated when you do the Command 0, that's okay because you're actually zoomed in on it. But when you're doing the selection, you do want to zoom in to it so it's easier to do the selection. And this is going to have, I'm gonna try to put myself behind these two, kind of like looking over their shoulders here. So I'm going to be up here or somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. So I need to select them and get them on a separate layer by copying and pasting the selection of them. So I'm going to go to the Quick Select tool. So on this one, you probably have the Object Selection tool on the top. So click on the second tool, the one that looks like this. I'm over here. Right, the Quick Select tool is the one we want to use. We want to be on the plus option. Okay, and then we're going to come in here. And remember, you use the bracket keys just to the left, to the right of the letter P on the keyboard. We'll make the diameter of this brush bigger or smaller. So I'm going to make it about the size of a nose. And you don't want to go onto the edge. Remember, we were doing bobblehead. You want to just kind of stay in the middle of what you're trying to select. Click, hold, and drag through the middle of the area you want to select. Right? So I'm trying to get that marching ant trail to just cover them. Right? I'm going to come up here with Sabrina. Now you might over select, just like you did with the bobblehead. I'm going to use the same technique in case I decide to go stand over here. I want to, let's see now, to get her hand, I'm going to have to make the brush smaller to kind of come in through here. And you can see I over selected, so I want to go to the minus option. I'm up here into the options, so I'm in the plus or the minus, and now I'm going to go on the minus to select, or sorry, to deselect or push that marching ant trail back, right? So I want this gap between their bodies here. I want this gap down here deselected. Oops, over selected that. Let's see, I don't want this area. I need to get, right, I want to get that area. Okay, it looks good. Okay, knock that back. Looks good, looks good. Let's go back to the plus. I can get this NBA logo down here and get the belt area just in case I decide to go on this side of Steph, get his fingers, get more of his shorts there. So you're going back and forth with the plus and the minus option until you get the marching ant trail where you want it. Okay, so it looks like I've got it. You gotta really study it. Looks like I've got the marching ant trail perfect. Oh wait, this gap here. Let me get this guy. Oh, I want to go to the minus option to get this little gap in here. That's a small one right there, but I got it. I got it. Okay, I think I got it now, right? Right? All right, so once you think you got it, you're going to do a Command C to copy and a Command V as in Victor to paste. And now I've got them, if you come over here, you can see I've got them on a separate layer. That will allow me to put myself behind them, in between these two layers here, right? So if I turn off this layer, you can see it's just them there, right? So it's perfect for me to fit in somewhere behind them. Okay, so I got to go get a picture of me now. So I'm going to go over here. Now you can go, so I can go File, Open, and I can go and get a picture off of Room 31. Wherever you might have pictures, right? So I have week 14 pictures. I have week 20 pictures that I might be in, right? Or if you don't think you've got one from there, you can just go to Photo Booth and take a new picture, right? Take a new picture here. Let me scratch my nose. And so I'm going to pose. Let's kind of see what pose I want to do. Let me get rid of this. Cancel this. Right? So okay, they're all they seem like they're looking over to the left there. So I'm going to try to do that same thing. Right? So I'm going to go and take this photo. Is that looking the right way? Right? Or let me try it again. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a goofy picture right there. Yeah, I like that. All right, so I recommend I'm gonna get it to where I can see my desktop, and I recommend just dragging the picture onto your desktop so it's easy to find. Okay, and then go back to Photoshop, and now I'm gonna go File, Open, and again, you go to where your picture is, wherever that's going to be. It could be on the, in room 31, like I mentioned earlier, with week 14 or week 20 or week wherever. Or it could be on your desktop where you have your photos that you've dragged, right? So I'm going to click Open. All right. And now I got to just select my head. Now in this one, I probably could try this other selection tool. Of course, you can use the Quick Select tool, right? Go to the plus option and drag through. Quickly gets me, right? Like that. Oh, kind of over selected though, right? So then I can knock that back just like I did when I'm using the Quick Select tool. Well, I am using the Quick Select tool, right? Right there. Get all that, get all that, get all that out of there. Right. Got a little bit of a gap there. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to get rid of that table. Get rid of this. Right, so it looks like I've got it. Looks like I've got it there. You could do that, or you could try this other tool, Command D to deselect. You could try this object selection tool. This one's money. If it's just a you, it's just like you're trying to get you out of something, this is a good one. Just click on it, and it pretty much gets you, right? There it is. It even got that little gap there. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Move tool. I'm going to click on this Move tool. I'm going to click, hold, drag it up to this tab, bring it back in. Oh my God, it's too big there. So I'm going to do a Command 0. Well, let's see, Command 1 to zoom out. Then I could do a Command T, and that will allow me to resize my image here. But I want, right? So I can hit the return key to get out of this mode here, so I can move it around. So I'm still on the Move tool. So Command T to resize, right? Move tool to move. Now on the layer here, when I drag myself in, it's going to bring it to the top layer. I want to drag that in between layer 0 and layer 1. So now I'm behind them, right? And I'm going to do a Command T, and okay, so I am kind of on the smaller size here. So the full body doesn't be down here. That looks weird. So this problem with this picture that I've selected is that the full body of me, I need more of my body here. But I guess I'm just going to have to go with this, right? And definitely my head's a little bit smaller than, I'd be more like that standing behind him, right? Anyway, you would want a picture that has more of you if you used something like this. Or I'll have to be down here. I have to put myself down here. Oops. I can do that. I can be down here. Like I'm sitting down here. Hold the Option key, and I can put another one of me over here, right? Can be looking over his belt. You get the idea, right? You can put multiple U's in here if you want. There I was. Now I could look like I'm standing back here behind this thing, right? I can be Command T that one and make it even smaller. Anyway, I'm done. Ready to turn this in. So I'm gonna actually go. Oops. Yeah, this training video is long enough now. So we're gonna go File, Save As. I'm gonna File, Save As it, and you want to call this There I Was, right? And put it in your Documents folder and make it a Photoshop file. Click Save. Okay, and then you want to export it. So when you're done, you want to export File, Export Animated, quick export as PNG file, right? There I was. Make sure it's called There I Was in your Documents. Click Save, and now you'll have a thereIWas.png, and you want to put that on your photo page in on Wix and submit it this assignment to thereIWas, right? The thereIWas.png. Very good. Have fun.